Hi, I'm Norma, and this is my story. On January 3rd, 2024, I signed the divorce papers. Despair, sadness, pain, I don't even know how to name it. I could see the hurt on my face. The mirror told me the truth. I hadn't slept in days. How could the man I'd practically given my whole life to force me to sign? I didn't want to fight for my marriage anymore. I'd tried for more than 2 years. I truly didn't understand why. I carried a crushing guilt, or maybe that's what Christopher wanted me to feel. Disappointed, I walked out of the law office and went to my new apartment. Alone. I told myself I had to be strong. From now on I would fight for me. I couldn't help crying. I was determined to sit with my grief on my own. I kept repeating, I'm strong. I've been through hard things and survived them all. It hasn't been easy, but I'm grateful to be alive. I decided to take some time for myself. I had just received an invitation from my best friend, Sandra, my forever confidant. She knew exactly what I was going through and, in an act of sisterhood, invited me to spend some time with her family in a beautiful town. With a broken heart, I said yes. I'll be at the airport at 10 a.m. I won't miss it, I told her. Arriving in Salento, I finally spotted Sandra. She had that mischievous little smile. I know her well. It meant she was up to something. I'm not up to anything, dear friend, she said. I just want you to enjoy your stay in Salento. We reached a beautiful, slightly chilly house full of antiques, a reflection of the culture of this lovely place. I wanted, just for a moment, to stop thinking about Christopher and his rush to get the divorce signed. He seemed almost happy about it. But it was time to wake up. From now on, I needed to think about me. I went out for a walk, took a sip of coffee, and let myself enjoy the green of the mountains, the clouds draped over them, and the fresh scent of flowers in every color. Sandra came back beaming. Tonight, we're going out to eat, she said. Let's have some fun, Norma. I chose a breezy blue dress from the hanger. I looked good. I liked the woman appearing in the mirror. Maybe the Salento air suited me. We got to the restaurant. We were about to order dinner when a mysterious man walked in. I couldn't hear what he was saying, but I could see his face. He was imposing, defiant, honestly, a little frightening. Our eyes met, and I tried to hide behind my friend, who was fluttering her hands while talking about her little garden of organic fruits and vegetables. When I got the chance, I asked who he was. That's Frank, she said instantly. He owns La Maria Ranch. He's handsome, but ever since he lost his wife in a car accident, he hasn't been the same, gruff and closed off. People even say he had something to do with the accident. Better not talk to him. He really is scary. We ordered. Dinner was delicious, the wine lovely, and the dessert spectacular. We stood up to pay and, suddenly, that imposing man was right in front of me. My whole body trembled. He was so mysterious. I froze. He offered the faintest smile and walked away. He was close enough that I caught his scent. God, it was good, and still I couldn't stop shaking. I was terrified. I did not want to meet him. Sandra came over, surprised and grinning. Norma, someone picked up our check. I think there's a gentleman who'd like to meet you. I looked around. Who on earth could it be? It couldn't be for me. People here know I'm happily married. I mean, was. It must be you, I told her. You've only been here a couple of weeks and already have a secret admirer. I want to know who. The next morning I woke up early, full of energy. I felt alive again. I wandered here and there and slipped out without telling anyone. I needed time alone to process my new life. Where am I? I'd been walking so long, lost in thought, that I wasn't sure where I was anymore. Had I gotten myself lost? How would I get back? I'd left my phone at the house. I kept walking anyway. Sooner or later I'd find something. Then I saw a figure on a black horse coming toward me, like a ghost, though it was broad daylight. Ghosts only come out at night, right? Who was it? I'd ask for directions back to the Nicholson's place. As the rider drew near, surprise hit me. The man on the horse was none other than Frank, the mysterious stranger who had scared me so much at the restaurant that I barely slept. The fear returned, only now I was alone. What should I do? I froze, watching this tall man with strong arms dismount. Frank, what are you doing here, Don't you know it's forbidden to trespass on private property? I couldn't get a word out. My friend had told me to stay away from him, and here he was, talking to me. I finally found my courage and reminded myself I am a strong woman. I had nothing to fear. I spoke. Excuse me, sir. I was just walking and I think I got lost. I don't want to bother you. Could you tell me how to get back to the Nicholson's house? Frank, you know that once you've stepped onto my land, I can do whatever I want with you. He kept coming closer, so tall, so muscular. Short, slightly graying hair. Those deep, beautifully inscrutable eyes. I stepped back and stumbled. With one swift motion, he caught me by the waist and lifted me as if I weighed nothing. My heart pounded. I felt his quick breath brush my cheek. And, against my will, a heat bloomed through me. Frank, are you all right? I've decided to see you safely home. I'll take you back. Words failed me. Everything was happening fast. Instinct or desire made me say yes. I felt like a schoolgirl swept up by the popular, handsome boy. He lifted me onto the horse, then climbed up behind me. I could feel his breath at my neck, his strong arms around me, his body so close. As we rode, my body felt ready to explode. What was happening to me? I'd never been on a horse before, city life was all I knew, and yet I loved every second of it. We reached the house. He slid down first, then lifted me in his arms again, holding me closer. His scent, masculine, a mix of cologne and honest sweat, was intoxicating. He set me gently on the ground, and I felt like I was floating. What was this feeling? I don't give in easily to emotion, especially now. Frank, you're safe. I hope you enjoyed the ride. He mounted up and left quickly. I stood rooted to the spot until I heard Sandra shouting my name. Sandra, Norma, where were you? We were so worried. And what were you doing with Frank? Her face was a mix of worry and wonder. She couldn't believe what she was seeing. Sandra, he brought you back here? That's surprising. He's been alone for so long. He doesn't talk to anyone. I gave her the short version of what happened. She grabbed my arm and steered me toward the kitchen. Sandra, you must be starving after walking so far. She let out a little laugh. I ignored it. All I could think was, what just happened to me? My heart wouldn't settle. I took a deep breath, trying to steady myself and make sense of the madness. Who was this man, really? What was his mystery? I wanted to know everything about Frank. He had captivated me. I'd never felt like this. I don't want to compare, but this was new. Why had I clung to an empty, senseless relationship for so long? I had felt so alone. The self-reproach crept back in, the familiar ache of abandonment. Healing from a divorce isn't quick. Lost in my thoughts, I heard a knock at my door. Sandra burst in, excited. Sandra, guess what? You have an invitation tonight. What are you going to wear? You should look gorgeous. We're going to meet Joaquin, a family friend. I've told him so much about you, if you want to go, of course. Joaquin. Who is he? Sandra, the town doctor. He's kind and fantastic and handsome. He's single and very curious about you, so we arranged a date. And by the way, she added, I'm almost sure Joaquin paid for our dinner the other night. I didn't see him, but I just know it was him. I got ready and waited for Sandra and her husband. The restaurant was lovely, modern touches, flowers everywhere. A band was playing romantic music. I felt calm. A slim, dark-haired man stood to greet us. Joaquin, it's great to finally meet you, Norma. I've heard a lot. He was pleasant, youthful, funny. We were having a nice time. Still, I kept glancing around as if searching for someone. I wanted to see Frank, the mysterious man I wasn't supposed to talk to and didn't want to talk to. He wasn't there. A small disappointment, hadn't he said he would look out for me? Sandra, and thank you for picking up our bill the other night, Joaquin. You shouldn't have, you're a sweetheart. Joaquin, I don't know what you're talking about, Sandra. What bill? We looked at each other, so it hadn't been him. We let it drop and talked about the weather, the flowers, the food, and how happy people seemed in Salento. Dinner ended around 10 p.m. I felt a little deflated. I didn't see him. I truly wanted to. Was he like this with all women, taking whatever he wanted? I'm not easy to win over, and right now I don't want a relationship with anyone. Better to forget him. Nothing has happened anyway. Days passed. Nothing special. I spent time reading, helping in the kitchen, and getting up early to help with the animals. It's hard work, but better than lying in bed thinking. Sandra, tomorrow's the annual charity event. Everyone brings homemade food. The whole town gathers, it's a big day. We'll have so much fun. Sunday. Loud music. Food and drink everywhere. Kids running around. What a festival, I thought. An arm slipped around my waist, strong, and a voice murmured in my ear, "You looked stunning at dinner." That dress, it drove me crazy. I spun around. Frank was already walking away. My heart raced, my mouth went dry, heat surged through me again. Who does he think he is to talk to me like that? I wasn't going to tolerate it. I decided to confront him. I'd find him and tell him to stop with the insinuations. "Sandra, having fun, friend? Here, try this, it's a local drink." "What's wrong? Why are you like this?" "Nothing, Sandra. I just need to talk to someone. Give me a minute." I spotted Frank in the distance, leaving after talking to a flashy blonde. I followed him toward a quieter area, the parking lot. He was going to leave. I wouldn't let him go. We needed to talk. "Frank, hi. Were you looking for me?" I struggled to answer. My heart was pounding. What was this man doing to me? "Yes, I was. I want to know why you're following me. What do you want?" His eyes darkened, predatory. He didn't answer. He pinned me gently against the car and kissed me. I tried to break away and couldn't. Truth is, I didn't want to. I was losing my mind. "Frank, you drive me crazy. I want to know you." I froze. I wanted to kiss him back, to touch him. I wanted more. But we were in public, I had to pull myself together. I straightened my dress. "Frank, come with me. I want to show you something." He was giving an order. "I have to tell Sandra I'm going with you." "Frank, I already told her. I'll take you home later." So he'd planned this. Anger flared. I turned to leave when his warm, strong hands found my waist again and he whispered at my ear, "Frank, please, come with me." I couldn't say no. I felt safe with him. So I went. He opened the car door and I got in. He didn't look at me on the drive, didn't say a word. "Where are we going?" I asked. He stayed serious. "Frank, you'll see." We arrived at a huge house, far from town. I guessed it was his. The furniture was draped in white sheets, as if no one had lived there in a long time. "Who lives here?" I asked. "Frank, I used to, a long time ago. This is my house. Welcome. Want something to drink?" "Yes, thank you," I said. He took my hand and led me to the kitchen. He poured some wine, then stopped in front of me, eyes fixed on mine. He stepped closer and kissed me deeply. I melted. I wanted more and more. I had no will to tell him no. He stirred me in ways I'd never known. I only wanted him not to stop. He let me go gently, took my hand again, set down his glass, and led me to his bedroom. He began to undress me, kissing me as I kissed him back. Madness, but a blessed madness. "Frank, I want to be with you. I want nothing more than to take care of you." 1,000 butterflies took flight in my belly. Ecstasy. Desire cresting into the highest, most human joy, the sound of his breath, the rasp of his beard, his strong arms, his legs tangled with mine. An angel lifting me to heaven. He woke me with a kiss. "Frank, I want to show you something." I slipped on his plaid shirt, it smelled like him, and I loved that and followed. For the first time in years of uncertainty, I felt happy, whole, desired. Only women who have been through a traumatic relationship and can't let go will truly understand. I tiptoed after him, barefoot. He stopped at a window. The view opened to the mountains just as the sun edged up, painting the grass a reddish gold. "It's beautiful," I whispered. "Frank, I want you to fall so in love with this place that you'll never want to leave." His words made my belly flutter. I wanted to kiss him, to relive the magic of last night. I fell silent. He lifted me in his arms and carried me back to the bedroom. I don't know how many hours we spent there. Time stopped. "Frank, I'll drive you home." He didn't say more. The atmosphere had shifted from bliss to mystery. I decided to break the ice and asked what he liked to eat. Something was changing. What was happening here? "Frank, I'm going to take you home." He said it again, more serious this time. "Don't worry about it," I answered. "I can go by myself." I picked up my small bag, but as I walked out he caught me again in those strong arms. "Frank, I need to take care of a few things, so I'm driving you." I didn't understand this man. Was he using me? What did he want? Was he playing with me? Anger bubbled up. I stayed silent the whole way back. When we arrived, I said, "Thank you for everything. Take care," shut the car door before he could answer, and went inside. Sandra was waiting in the living room, worry written all over her face. "Sandra, hi, friend, are you okay? You had me worried." I didn't know what to do. Frank talked to me yesterday. He hadn't spoken to me in ages. She looked into my eyes. "You like him, don't you? Tell me what happened." I had no choice but to tell her. She was stunned. "Frank, he doesn't talk to anyone. He's like a bitter hermit, people get scared just seeing him." She paused. "He must be very interested in you. But go slowly. One step at a time." After talking to Sandra, I was even more intrigued. What was going on with Frank? There was something no one was telling me. The next day I woke up radiant and decided to go into town to buy clothes. I'd been here a while and hadn't brought much time for a little shopping. I went from store to store looking for a dress, but I couldn't stop thinking about him, replaying what we'd lived, imagining his mouth, his hands. "Saleswoman, miss? Miss, do you like this dress?" "Just what I was looking for, thank you." I paid and left the shop. I grabbed a coffee and a roll, but I felt eyes on me, whispering. I know I'm new around here, but why were they staring? What were they saying? It was uncomfortable, so I went back home. Sandra was in the living room. "Sandra, how did it go? Did you find what you wanted?" Her tone had changed completely. I felt they were hiding something. "Tell me what's going on," I asked. "Why is everyone looking at me like I'm a stranger and gossiping?" "Sandra, I think you should go back to the capital. You seem recovered." Her words tore something inside me. I didn't want to leave, but maybe she was right. I'd been here long enough. I didn't want to be a burden. But this was about Frank. What were they hiding? Did I not deserve to know? I decided to leave. I thanked Sandra for her hospitality. "How about I go back on Saturday?" I asked. She said yes without meeting my eyes. That made it stranger. I know her too well. Before leaving, I wanted to speak to him. I didn't have his number, so I decided to go to his house. I roughly remembered the way. I grabbed the car keys and found it. I knocked. No answer. The back door was open. "Hello. Hello." I called as I stepped in. Silence. I went upstairs and saw a woman in a nurse's uniform. I followed and found a woman in bed, long hair spilling over the pillow, asleep, connected to many tubes. Frank was by her side. The steady beeping of the machines filled the room. He saw me, rushed out, and grabbed my arm. "Frank, what are you doing here? Who told you to come?" He was shouting, furious. "What's happening here? Who is she?" "Frank, she's my wife." "What?" The word ripped out of me. "I don't want to know anything more about you." I turned and left. I heard him behind me, "Norma, wait." But I didn't. We had been together in the same house where his wife lay bedridden. How? Why didn't anyone tell me? Rage consumed me. I was ready to leave and never come back. I'd been played. Again. How foolish, letting myself be carried away like a teenager. I went home and looked for Sandra. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you say his wife is alive and in his house? Sandra, how did you find out? That doesn't matter. If you're my friend, why didn't you tell me? Sandra, it wasn't my place. It's a very delicate matter, Frank should explain it. Of course. Everyone knew. That's why they stared and whispered, wondering what kind of woman I am. I'm so disappointed in myself, I said. I'm leaving right now. Thank you for everything. Sandra, please wait. The last thing I wanted was for you to be hurt again. You know I love you like a sister. She hugged me. I hugged her back. It wasn't her fault. I packed and returned to the capital. Back in the city. I couldn't sleep. My heart was shattered into 1,000 pieces. How do I recover from this? An email arrived, a job offer from one of the most important companies in the city, one of my goals. The interview was tomorrow. For a moment I put my feelings aside and focused on my career. Love could wait. I wanted nothing to do with romance. The interview. Everything went as I'd hoped. They hired me almost immediately. I was surprised, these processes are usually slower. I decided to be optimistic and celebrate. I bought a bottle of wine and went back to my apartment. But Frank was the only thing on my mind, his hands on me, his mouth. Then the knot in my chest tightened. I'd been fooled like a child. I cried and cried. I'd fallen in love again, and my heart had been broken. At work. Carlos, boss Norma, we have an important meeting. The majority shareholder is coming in today. We have to deliver the reports. It's strange, they never come here, so everything must be perfect. I need your help. The whole office buzzed with tension. Directors and staff whispered, was something wrong? Were our jobs at risk? Carlos, Norma, be with me in the meeting. You know the results, we can't let anything go wrong. I nodded. You can count on me. Carlos, thanks, Norma. When we're through, let's grab a bite, we should celebrate your arrival, even if you came in during a tense time. Sure, I said, and followed him. We stepped into the conference room. Worry lined every face. Then he walked in and took the seat at the head of the table reserved for the owner. Frank. My heart sprinted. I took a sip of water to steady myself. What was he doing here? I couldn't move. He wore a suit and tie, those muscular arms filling the jacket. He looked devastatingly handsome. So different from jeans, though, truth be told, I preferred him with no clothes at all. I shook my head, focus. Frank, hi, Norma. How's your first week? How are you feeling? Heads turned. Suddenly I was at the center of every gaze, waiting for my answer. I swallowed hard. Why was he doing this to me, here, in my new job? Very well, thank you, I said at last. Everyone's been kind. I feel comfortable. And you, sir, how are you? Frank, not very well, thanks to you. That look, dark, defiant, hungry, devoured me. I shrank in my chair, he seemed to grow larger. People stared, mouths open. How do they know each other? What's going on? Murmurs rippled through the room, even my boss was stunned. Frank changed the subject, asked about balances and figures. Nothing seemed to hold his interest, he kept burning holes in me with his eyes. The meeting ended. I stood to leave with everyone else when he said my full name. Norma, hearing Oregon, I need you to stay. It was an order. I froze. Everyone filed out. We were alone. I don't want to lose you, he said. Just listen to me. He took a breath. Years ago I met my wife in college. We married soon after. I was completely in love. But things changed. We lived in Salento. She traveled a lot. I had to run the businesses. I wanted her to be happy. 3 years ago I saw messages on her phone, she was meeting my best friend at the hall case in Salento. It was suspicious, so I followed. From a distance I saw them hugging, kissing. I got out to confront them, but they jumped in the car and sped off. I chased them for an explanation. She was driving, pushing the speed. She lost control. The crash happened in front of me. James died on impact, he didn't wear a seatbelt. She fell into a coma. The doctors have told me to disconnect her, there's been no improvement. I've held on. I don't think I can let her go. I need an explanation. There are things I may never know. My life has been empty, haunted by ghosts of the past, until you. I can't stop thinking about you. I don't want to lose you. I was stunned, overwhelmed by his pain. All I wanted was to hold him, kiss him, tell him it would be okay, but the glass walls of the boardroom made us visible to everyone. Let's get out of here, I said softly. Come to my apartment. We can talk. He looked like a frightened boy, took my hand, and we left. He called his driver and gave him my address. How do you know where I live, Frank? Have you been following me? Frank, I told you I'd take care of you. I know everything about you. He pulled me closer as we walked to the car. I couldn't resist him. At my building, the driver waited outside. I took off my coat, reached for his, and he stepped in close. Frank, I want to take all your clothes off. You are mine. He kissed me. I kissed him back. Don't hide anything from me, I whispered. Tell me everything. I'll resign, I'll work somewhere else. Our mouths found each other again. Frank, then I'll buy that company too. I have to protect you. I frowned in protest. Then I'll start my own company. You won't be able to buy that. My defiance only fed the fire between us.